all their gym logos are gone. I think I deleted that file.
Hello?
Is this Pete the Heat Rogers Jr.?
What's going on, guys?
How are you,
What's
man?
up?
My, you sound the most clear of all the fighters right now. Probably because you're the oldest, the biggest veteran, and you're a grown up. So you probably got a better phone than all of them.
Yeah, you know what? I just got a new phone, so I really can't brag too much.
There you go.
But definitely the phone.
Yeah, the phone's working well, buddy. Thanks, man. I'll have you call every week. I know I have a solid phone call, man.
Exactly. Kudos
right.
on your win, buddy.
So yeah, congratulations, Pete, man. Big win. Second round finish, buddy. Let's get right
Yes,
to
sir.
it, and
Thank
then
you.
we'll talk all about a little bit about your career and leading up to that. But man, how you feel about that fight, bro?
I felt really good. On one hand, I'm pretty happy that I got the W, but also a little disappointed that I didn't get to showcase more of my skills and stick to the game plan a little bit. Ended up getting the W, but ultimately always going to have a little criticisms for myself. But it's a learning experience, and we move forward.
And you say you're a little critical on yourself. You really live and breathe martial arts. And not only are you coached, you're also a coacher. So of course you're gonna be very critical on anything that a mistake or anything that you can improve on there, man. Would you take out of the fight that's positive on your end?
I think just the fact that I'm not one-dimensional anymore. Early in my career, I suffered some losses because I was a kickboxer fighting MMA fights, and I think a lot of people caught on to that. And over the years, I've really developed my ground game. I've worked a lot on my wrestling, worked hard with my teammates, and I really feel like I'm a well-rounded martial artist now. And I'm looking forward to the next performance and going out there and keep the W's coming.
Excellent. Now you've been training in the martial arts since you were 3 years old. Your dad, who trained also, and we'll get into a little bit about that upbringing and what style you guys are into, but. 3 years old, man. So you were living and breathing this at 3 years old. What did you get into first, as far as the martial arts?
So my father has a karate system. It's called Kobaru. It's a mix of Taekwondo, Okinawan Jiu-Jitsu, Burmese boxing, and American kickboxing. So ever since I was 3, I kind of was in the karate spectrum of everything with point karate and growing up competing every single weekend, point fighting. And then as I grew older and I became a teenager, I started to transition into full contact kickboxing. And then from kickboxing up until about I was 20, 21, and then I started to transition into MMA training and everything and learning everything through that. So over the years, I've just kind of slowly progressed.
Excellent. And you talked about fighters thinking that mainly a kickboxer or a stand-up guy, but you got plenty of fights for Bellator, but one, well, I got to say two, but we'll talk about one. You had the fastest submission. At one time you had the fastest submission record for Bellator.
Yes, sir. That was my last fight last October for Bellator, and I still have that record, fastest submission in Bellator's featherweight history at 37 seconds. So that's pretty cool.
Well, as you're talking, we're playing that right now. We're playing that little video of
cool.
The guillotine choke, correct? And
yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Congratulations, you're still holding that record. We're actually playing your last finish, also, man.
Let me ask you another question. You actually had a pretty quick KO quite a few years ago, and 11 seconds in round 1 in Bellator as well. Is that correct?
Yeah, yes, sir. Yeah, that still holds as the fastest knockout in Bellator's featherweight history.
See?
Jesus
Christ.
Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. So I own the fastest knockout and submission in Bellator's featherweight history.
Excellent.
It's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
And I think this finish, hopefully Bellator starts to pump me a little bit more, and
yeah.
Especially because Mohegan's my hometown, so I'm looking forward to the next time they come around.
Now, you have 2 wins in a row with them, correct? You have 5 fights total with them.
Yes,
I think
sir.
you had 3 and 2 for Bellator. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I made my debut back when I was 22 for Bellator. I ended up fighting a buddy of mine now, Brandon Fleming, back when I was 22.
Yeah.
I lost. And then I had another fight against Marius Hanashi, and I lost that one. But I've also my 3 wins for Bellator were against Felipe Martins, and then Tim Wheeler, and then just now against Jason Ryan.
Excellent. And the two, what was the so Timothy Wheeler? That was that the fastest submission, correct?
Yes, sir. And then the knockout was against Felipe Martins.
Now they were them two fights in a row that you had submission and knockout.
Trying to play back my career. No, it wasn't in a
close.
row. I was 1-1, and then I scored the fastest knockout. So I was 2-1, and then I went on a skid, and I lost 3 fights in a row. So I mean, there was a point where my record I was 2-4. I was in a pretty big hole, and to be honest, I didn't really know if I was going to continue fighting. It was kind of a really rough patch in my life, and I was 2-4, and thought my dream was kind of going down the drain. So, but I stuck it out and kept working even harder, and I'm pretty happy to say that I even my record now at 4-4.
Excellent. Well, it shows in your work ethic and your fighting. I mean, you talked about you wanted to get good at the ground game, and you got good at it, and you submitted the guy and still hold a record for it. Martial arts is in your blood. You also coach, and you have your own martial arts studio, and you're connected with Mohegan Sun too. Like your gym or something. Do you still you train security there, or did you in the past?
Yeah, yes, sir. So I have a martial arts academy with my father, and we run a karate program, kickboxing program, an MMA program.
That's great.
It's pretty cool. We just started. It's taken off. My dad used to have a big gym and has had big gyms in the past. In my opinion, he's the best coach out there. As far as Mohegan, I've actually been teaching employees kickboxing and boxing. I think it's been over 10 years now. I'm getting up there. I'm getting old.
Really?
But it's been since I was 18 or 19.
Don't mess with those security guys.
Center.
So what do you hold, like a weekly seminar, or is it how do you no? Or they come to your gym?
No, so I teach them in the aerobics room. To be honest, they have weekly classes. You know how if you belong to a gym, say Planet Fitness or whatever, they have aerobics classes. Well, I actually teach a kickboxing and boxing class in there, and we have a bag up there, and then we do a lot of partner drills and pad work and all that stuff. That's open to anybody who belongs to the gym.
So also, Pete, coming from the background you are, you must teach them really kind of street oriented things, or too, as far as security, you got to really know how to really take someone down or whatever, correct?
Well, I mean, sometimes we do security clinics and all that stuff where we kind of, work on seminars for, restraining people and everything. But for these classes, I mean, these are basically me just teaching people how to properly strike. And, it's just fundamentals and practicing on pads and practicing on the bags. And they're going to learn the right way. It's not, let's just beat the crap out of the bag for a while. They're going to, I'm a stickler when it comes to technique. So,
That's huge.
Have any of them ever, not that you can give names and we don't want times, dates, or nothing, but has any of these security guards ever come to you and said, Pete, I had to use some of that stuff we learned the other day or something in the class? Any of them ever brag, or they got to keep that quiet?
You know what? I actually think it's the opposite. Is once everybody knows that they can protect themselves and that they kind of know what to do in a situation, you almost avoid it as much as possible, and that's the best cause. You know what I mean? You don't want to get into a confrontation, obviously, unless you have to. And I think just giving people confidence in themselves, and where they don't have to go out and show off or try a move or anything like that, and they can kind of just avoid a situation and handle it best.
Excellent.
That's why you're teaching.
Yeah, that's why they're coming to you, because you're teaching them mentally and physically, bro. So Pete, 2 big wins in a row. You talked about, hopefully Bellator gives you a little more play and stuff. What are you looking for? And, you had a quick, about 5.5 minutes in that cage. I don't know, do you feel healthy? Anything, any tweaks, or you come out unscathed and ready to go?
No, I feel great. I was back to training on Monday, back to wrestling yesterday. I feel great, and we've been contacted by some local promotions. So, just kind of weigh some things and negotiate a little bit and see where the cards fall. But I also know that reality is coming back in June, so that's my hometown. I like to get on that card and pack the arena in my hometown, and then I know it's a stretch, but I like to get active, get my record up there a little bit, and I hear rumblings that they're doing a featherweight tournament for Bellator, so I kind of already throwing my name out there,
That's awesome.
in the fall, I'll be an alternate. I'll fight whoever in the Bellator tournament. So I would love that. They're doing a 16-man tournament. That's a dream come true.
Yeah.
Well, out of 16 people, Pete, and the following you have and how many tickets you got and you could sell, and your two last performances for them, there's no reason why you really shouldn't be in that cage for that tournament. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like to think so too. I mean, the only thing I think that would keep me from that is my record at the moment. I'm 4-4. Like I said, my early losses in my career kind of held me back a little bit, but they were also the best thing that's ever happened to me because it made me focus on my weaknesses. And I really feel like me suffering those losses early in my career were beneficial, and I can keep the ball rolling and really make some noise up here.
Yeah, any true matchmaker is going to look at somebody's record, even no matter what it says, 4-4, 10-2. They're going to look at it and see the the quality of the wins and opponents too. So you got that going for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And yeah, they need. I mean, and you know what, Pete? They might say, well, let's put. Pete's got two wins in a row, and he's a Bellator veteran. Let's put him against a young featherweight stud in here, and then there's your chance to take out a young gun and even propel yourself even more. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that would be great. I'm hoping, if by the time the featherweight tournament kicks off, that I'll have 2 more wins, where I'm looking at 6-4, 7-4, and that record's is a lot more appealing than a 4-4 record.
Yeah.
So I just know what I have to do. I got to get back in the gym. I got to keep working, and then putting on performances under the lights.
Excellent. So, Pete, timeline is something comes up in the next month or two, you'll be ready to go as long as it's a great opportunity that can help you along, boost you along in this career, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'd have to talk to my team, and as long as it makes sense for my career, and I feel like I'm on one hand, I'm really, really happy that I even my record, and that was a big challenge for myself. 2-4 is a really ugly, and it's hard. It was hard for me to even look at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's man, I really don't feel like I'm a 2-4 fighter.
Yeah.
So me, even in my record and getting back to 4-4, I feel like I'm back at square one, and I can kind of reset and restart my career.
Excellent, man. Well, you're on your way, bro. I mean, you're doing things right. You got a great following. Very humble dude. You're teaching people. You got fighters in your arsenal there that are gonna, they're following your footsteps. So you're around, Pete. No matter if you're in that cage or not, man. You're staying busy.
Yes, sir. That's the plan. It's just trying to be around it, and I think that's why I was really comfortable in my last performances. I think the past 4 weekends, I was either at a grappling tournament or I was at cage side at fights, or I was cornering some of my guys. So kind of dealing with all those nerves and everything for them for the past couple weekends. I don't know, kind of mentally prepared me and got me in the boat. So, I felt really good mentally about this fight.
Excellent, my man. Well, congratulations, Pete. Great fight. I was there. I was in the boonies, but I saw it all. It was a great night. Great night for New England fighters. Even both nights we brought it, man. We saved both of them cards, I do believe. Especially the card you were on with the nut kick. That kind of
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Know,
So
right?
that big main event like that. So thank God our New England fighters brought it and held that show together. You know what I mean? So last thing, Pete. Shout outs. Anyone you want to thank you and last words.
Yeah, I just want to thank my team. Honestly, my team, my family, my father, my mother, my girlfriend, my close friends. I was in a really, really, really rough spot. 2018 was the hardest year of my life, and then coming back from 2-4, it was just a really challenging moment in my life, and I'm happy I stuck through it all and stayed tough. And I just want to thank everybody that helped me through it. They know who they are, and I'd like to thank everybody out there that's supporting me. I want to thank you guys for having me come on the show, and hopefully I get to meet you guys in person and, do an interview in person.
Definitely. Oh, Pete, before I let you do your social media and stuff, do you train locally? Do you trek down anywhere in the Providence area, or is everything done in the Connecticut side?
Nate Andrews is one of my best friends. So I
sure.
train with Nate a lot. Train with Greg Ribello. I train with some of these guys. Like we used to have big practices at New England Combat. I'm always at New England Combat.
Dude, to New England, all right. So New England, I'm going to New England Combat Friday to interview JP, Victor's boxer. Victor's boxer.
What an opportunity for JP.
Yeah.
I'm really, really happy for him and Coach Vic. I really am.
So, dude, that's awesome because I've been seeing some, I've been studying a little, watching some interviews, and I'm like, wow, I think he takes a trek down here. He fights, trains locally. So, dude, you're ever down here? You ever at New England Combat? Let me know you're going to be in the neighborhood. I'll come talk to you there.
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime Nate has a fight, he usually contacts me, and I'm one of his striking coaches for his fights, and we work a lot. So,
well, hopefully his next fight's going to be in the UFC.
I love everybody there.
Yeah, definitely,
That's
man.
awesome.
Yeah, Nate was, I'm friends with Nate really just from,
he's been in
Triforce and everything like that. But Nate was my personal trainer for like a couple of months, and he almost killed me.
Oh man.
So yeah, he's a good guy, dude. The jokes, man. People don't know.
Oh god, he's the biggest ball buster.
People do not know Nate because he's not very, a big social media guy, and you think but that guy roasts the shit out of you, man.
Yeah, and if he's asking you questions, you're better off just not saying anything because he sets you up for the joke.
Yeah, exactly. Because when he asks you, like, all right, whatever I say, does it rhyme? What's it rhyme with?
Yeah, for real. Yeah.
Good stuff, man. Well,
too funny, but I would love to meet you guys, sit down and chat.
Yeah, definitely, Pete, man. All right, social media, shout it out, and I'll let you get some rest, man.
Yeah, all social media is just Pete the Heat MMA. Again, thank you guys, and thanks everybody for tuning in.
All right, Pete, congratulations, and yeah, we'll talk soon, man. Let me know when you're coming this way.
Yes, sir. Sounds good. Thank you guys.
All right,
Take care, buddy.